Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
All right. Yes, indeedy. You're going to be ringing in the new year with good old McConaughey. Can you believe it? You, me, Matthew? It's wild.
Hey, everybody. It's your friend, Tony Robbins. Just checking in before the new year to make sure that you have your goals set for 2026.
2026? Whatever. That's hot.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, I guess Happy New Year, everybody.
Making sure you have on clean underpants for the new year.
Everybody's talking about this new year, okay? It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. Oh, no. You don't pay me enough to be with these clowns. What now?
Okay, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I know that ended creepily. Creepily? That ended on a creepy note. Let's put it that way. And why end the New Year's extravaganza with a little bit of Vecna and Stranger Things? Well, I thought it was current and relevant because it's one of those things where we're probably all listening to this maybe a day before or the day of the final episode of Stranger Things coming out. And we'll see. I hope it ends strong. But I thought it was a great little segue actually into this episode because there's a scene. I don't want to give it away in case you haven't watched it yet. No spoiler alert here. But there is a scene with Will that I thought was pretty interesting. And in a weird way, with people with chronic illnesses and things that they're trying to build and beat, it is very wise, actually, what they did, because you can't really tackle something so huge. And you can apply this to whatever you're trying to tackle, your career in the art world, trying to get ahead, trying to get over this almost unsurmountable mountain of, the odds stacked against you. You can use it for that too. But I've been there with alcohol. I've been there with trauma. I've been there with this disease I've been fighting for the last 5 years, and 2 years especially being completely homebound and floorbound for most of it. And I thought it was really interesting because you really need, as the character does, you need to be able to face your own demons. And as, philosophers would say, know thyself. That's the main thing that we really need to kind of be focusing on. I think almost in life in general, but if we're trying to get ahead, if we're trying to really do something unique, we do need to know ourselves and know what we're trying to overcome and what is maybe holding us back and keeping us from overcoming this and getting ahead. And it hit me like a ton of bricks recently when I've been trying to get well. And I've just been like taking 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. And, just really being knocked down to the point of just having PTSD of how many times I've tried to pull myself up and how many times I've literally almost died trying to get over this illness and just being tortured every day, all day, attacks all the time. And, it just hit me that like I have to become even stronger in mind, body, and spirit. I've worked on the body. I've worked on, the mindset. I've worked on the spirit. I've worked on the limbic system. I've worked on all these things. And these are all things that you can apply to yourself and your life and your art, and something that I want to talk about moving forward in 2026. And that is setting an intention. Yes, but setting an intention that is deeper than like, I want to quit smoking this year. No, I'm not talking about that kind of intention. I'm talking about digging deep, getting down to the existential level and really doing some excavation there, finding out what's deep down, what is really maybe holding us back, what is tying our hands behind our back, what is the kryptonite that is holding us back. And as I'm watching Stranger Things, it's really resonating with me. A lot of these things like this resonate with me, where somebody's kind of possessed or taken over by some sort of force that is almost insurmountable. It feels very true and cathartic to me these days. And it feels like, oh yeah, that's what I'm going through. Exactly. It's like you're like possessed by something that is just taking over your body and taking over your mind and trying to kill you. And you're just trying to find a way through and out and over and to just really, knock this shit down so you can get back to life. Now, it doesn't have to be for you a disease or an illness or anything like that, or, body, mind, brain possession. It doesn't have to be something like that for you. It can be as simple as, I've been trying so hard to get ahead, to get over this hump, to make my mark in the art world, quit my day job if that's what you're trying to do, or, become a household name, or just get out there and be present in these galleries, make enough money and sell enough artwork through these galleries and online and through your studio to really feel like you are getting ahead in the world. All these things are very difficult and, like I said, almost insurmountable in our minds. And that's why we have to rise above and almost be stronger. And you can't do that without being honest with yourself. And so bringing it back around to Stranger Things, that is what this character does in this moment. He comes clean with something and shares something very deep and troubling to him that, once it's exposed, it takes away some of its power. Now, that's what I want for all of you in 2026, and for me, myself, obviously included. I want to do this deep dive and this excavation. And I kind of did this recently where I'm doing all the stuff. I'm taking all the, supplements. I'm taking all the herbs. I've taken the drugs. I'm doing all the biohacks. I'm doing all the limbic training. I'm doing all the nervous system resetting. I'm doing all of these things. I have all of this structure in my day all day long that I'm doing to get well. And I'm still just on my ass and being like tortured to the point of near death many times per week. And that is just not a sustainable thing. And I started to think, well, what if there's also, on top of the things that are physically going on in my body and brain, what if there is something that I need to be doing, almost like latch into something that's larger than myself, or that's just so intrinsic to my nature that I can use it as a springboard to get over this thing. And I was walking outside the other day in my backyard trying to get some blood flow and doing my lymph stuff, like lymph drainage and all these things. And it just kind of hit me. It was like the words just kind of came to me. And it said, you belong here. And I was just like, where did that come from? And it came from a very deep place in me. So let me explain. I started to just hear these words over and over. You belong here. You belong here. And I was like, why is this coming up for me? And it started to become very clear. And I started to almost become very emotional because I was like, yeah, you know what? I do belong here. And I started to realize that in my life, in various stages, coming from, childhood and some adverse childhood experiences and traumas and abuse and things like this, not feeling like I was heard or seen and having attention. I feel like me, like a lot of artists and actors and musicians and people like that, we use that as power and we use that as a way to excel and get ahead. But it's also something that's very limiting to us. It can be our superpower to share and to be like really trying so hard to get like this stuff out into the world and to get eyeballs on our work or get people to hear us and get people to resonate with us and to find catharsis through our work. Well, that's great for a time, but it gets to a place where there's a tipping point where it also can take you down. It can be your superpower, but it can also turn that corner and take you down. And that's what I've been noticing, with this illness and this disease that I've been fighting, is there is some sort of thing, almost like a deep-seated thing where you feel like you deserve it. And I think that's true with a lot of people who have chronic illness, and I think it's true with a lot of people who are artists. We almost feel like deep down we don't deserve to be able to succeed or to be able to get well. And it's not like we're all sitting there and saying to ourselves in the mirror, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve this. No, most times it's actually the opposite. Most times we're doing affirmations and we're reading self-help books and we're watching things to stay inspired and we're trying so hard to rise above these things that we really believe it. But there's something deep down in our bones, almost in our DNA, that is holding us back. So my wish for you in 2026, sure, make your New Year's resolutions and, do the things you need to do. If you want to lose some weight or you want to stop drinking or you want to stop eating sugar or whatever it is, that's all fine and good and great. And that can set you on a good path too. But my wish for you in 2026 is to dig a little bit deeper and to find some of these really deep emotional and existential blocks that can be holding you back, because that could be the key to unlocking everything else. And just like me having these words rise up of you belong, it was like a light bulb moment. And I could see that I've been giving away a lot of my power over my life. It's the people pleasing stuff. It's the, I'm a little too fast to answer somebody when they want something. I let things bother me. If I don't feel like somebody's tone, I read into it too much. And it's like, well, this person didn't like how I answered, or blah, blah, blah. All these things. It all comes from a deep-seated place of conditioning as a child and, maybe not getting what you felt like you deserved or feeling like you belonged. But once you realize that, once you shine a light in that dark corner, you expose it and you can turn that into something that you can start to kind of sweep it out and excavate it and, maybe even turn it into your superpower. Okay, you feel like you didn't belong? Well, this is a perfect opportunity to start working on belonging and working on that belief and working on changing that from I don't belong to I do belong here. I'm meant to be here. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And not only that, but my art is something that is supposed to be reaching the masses and inspiring people. And I'm supposed to be sharing my story. And I'm supposed to be getting over this illness so I can inspire other people to do the same thing. People who are in a dark and scary and PTSD riddled place of, feeling like they're being tortured to death. These people can also take my story and learn from it and understand that, yes, if Preston can get over this, I can get over this. And for you with your art or whatever you're struggling with, let's just say Sally, if Sally can achieve this, if Sally can overcome all the odds and all these things, in society that are holding you back from becoming, a successful artist, if Sally can do it, I can do it. That's what we should be doing. That's kind of our purpose here on this planet, is to share our story, to expose our weaknesses, turn those weaknesses into human superpowers where we can not only inspire other people to do the same, but use it to rise up and get to a level that we never thought we could actually get to. So I know this was a little bit all over the place, but I think there's some real wisdom and some real power in this exploration of ourself. And what better time to put it out there than the end of the year going into a new year? Because I really do believe if we can find these things in our own lives that are really deep, buried in the depths, and expose them. And maybe you have to work through some pain and some emotion when those things come out. It's not going to be wonderful. It hasn't been wonderful for me. It's a process of rediscovering, pain, past pain, things that you've buried, things that are even stuck in your body, truths or untruths or naysayers or things that have been said to you or traumas, anything like that. It's all stuck in our bodies. And we need to be the people who do the work to find those, get them out into the light and let them burn off so we can actually see the sun. Yeah, I think that's a nice place to leave it. And maybe we will see the sun even more brightly in 2026. That's what I wish for you. And I just want to say quickly, I want to express my gratitude for all of you listening to the podcast, for, supporting me in this time that has been very dark. I really haven't been in a place where I felt like doing the podcast many times over the past couple of years. And I'm glad that I stuck with it because it has been a little bit of a source of light for me. And I hope it's been a little bit of a source of light for you. So looking forward to getting well and getting healthier in 2026 and turning that corner. And I hope you do too. I wish that for you as well. I hope we can all be stronger and more rooted in ourselves in this coming year so that we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. So thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you get to enjoy your holiday celebration this week, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you're listening to this. And hope you stay safe out there. And if you're not able to share it with anybody this year, like me, I'll be home with my wife, still trying to get over this. But know that you're not alone. Know that I'm sending you good thoughts, and we're there with you in spirit and wishing you a lot of joy and gratitude and strength and power in 2026. So I'm going to leave it at that, everybody. Thank you so much again. And we will see you next time, next year, on the next episode. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's right. 2026 will be the year of Mumford. Everybody, put that in your pipe and smoke it, you melon farmers. I'll be seeing you. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. And so long, suckers. See you in 2026. Right up the hill. We're right up the hill. Ooh.
This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.